Backwater Gospel is a stylized student film made back in 2011 by a fairly extensive team, and it shows. The first thing to notice about Backwater Gospel is the animation. 3D made to look 2D is a style that is normally used to give a comic book appearance, such as The Walking Dead. But this one takes the second dimension a little further and gives character appearances with unique silhouettes as one would see in pure 2D. It flawlessly establishes a tone of dread, even over the bright colors with the beginning song, and this tone carries throughout the entire film until the end. However, I myself prefer to have breaks in feeling dread, so while it showed amazing skill on the writing and design team, it created a bit of loss on interest. Of course, many don't have a problem with it and enjoy continuous tones.
Well, it ain't gonna be me!
Now, the climactic scene was beautifully animated and show off the sheer amount of movement the team could handle, and the style of animation even changes for a lot of it. The gun in the Bible also gives a closure on the preacher's character, as well as him becoming the bad apple that ruins the bunch that he was preaching about earlier. However, the guitarist's character didn't have closure, and while he was built to be a protagonist of sorts who, while he did taunt the church, never did anything deserving of death, unlike the townsfolk. His character was to be a catalyst in the conflict and nothing else. In fact, the preacher was the only one of the three established characters to be something other than a plot device.
Submit to the Lord! Why don't you try it?
As I said earlier, I don't like the lack of characterization, but the priest is pretty well set and the coherence of the story well makes up for a lot of it. Characters get an 80%. Priest is very well set and even gives situational irony by being the bad apple he preaches against, but other characters are not established well. Animation gets a 95. The beginning sequence was a little stiff, but everything after was absolutely amazing and stylized. Audio was nice.
We have been tormented because that son of perdition refuses to fear the Lord. How long must we suffer from his wicked ways?
With no deductions, that's a 100%. Storytelling gets a 100. The story is easy to follow while retaining the show not tell aspect. There are no deductions here. Tone was something hard to grade.
The blasphemer shall be stoned!
Based on the ability to make, there aren't any deductions, but there was no transition. I'll settle on a 90 with this. Overall, this averages out to a grade of 94. Great work, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Aaron Clark and this was a TechHeart review.